We've got Brett right here, the tree hunter, and Patrick, who is my friend, who's been on the show numerous times. Looking forward to getting back out there with Heartwood and all that kind of good stuff. And well, you two were involved in something recently about treasure trees. Patrick, what is a treasure tree?
Well, the treasure tree itself doesn't have a strict definition, but in the beginning, it was um, three guys locally that were going out hunting for the biggest trees, the top three trees of each species in the Charlotte area. And we've expanded that definition a little bit to include really cool trees or trees that have a really cool story. But that is what a treasure tree is. And once you walk up to one of these treasure trees, you no longer have that question.
Yeah,
You,
and you can see some of those pictures right there. And Brett, and Charlotte and Patrick, we've talked about this before. I was here for Hugo. Charlotte, just our tree canopy. We were known as the city of trees, and there's been so much work with Tree Charlotte with that tree canopy. Brett, what is it about trees? You really are a tree hunter. You went out and trying to find just some really great trees.
Yes, I live in the Dilworth neighborhood, so I really got interested once I started seeing some of these big trees around the neighborhood with the old treasure tree tag on them. So it sort of became a quest for me to go out and find as many of the original trees as I could find from the list of 123. So I joined up with Patrick and his team and started going all over the county looking for these original trees to the point now where we've probably found about 60 of the original 123 trees. It's really
So
been a lot of fun.
you really are a tree hunter.
Yes, I would say so. I go to people's doors, knock on their doors, ask them if the trees in their backyard. I'll bushwhack in some woods around some of the parks around the county. But I've found some really good trees in this quest, really.
It's pretty amazing stuff. We're going to tell you more about Trees Charlotte in this effort and how you can check out some of these trees. And I know I got to talk with Patrick just about how important our trees are in our area and our tree health. We're going to have a link up to Trees Charlotte and Heartwood coming up in just a little bit. I got to tell you though, the people, when you knock on somebody's door and they're like, hey, can I look at your tree? Do you get some funny looks?
Absolutely. Yes. Most of the time, the people had some idea that they had one of these treasure trees on their property. Sometimes it's a different owner, and they really do give you a strange look when you ask them if you want to go in their backyard and take a look at one of their trees.
You need to have a badge or something. Hey, Patrick and Brett back with us. Brett, the tree hunter. We were hearing earlier in the hour, Brett talking about just going and finding some of these trees. And I wouldn't say I'm a tree hunter. I do love these trees. And we're talking about these treasure trees that you guys have started marking. Patrick, why are these trees so important?
well, you may not know, but Charlotte has the largest percentage tree canopy of large cities in the U.S. And I mean, you ask anyone that visits Charlotte, that's the first thing that stands out is the tree canopy. So these are the jewels of the crown. The crown is our canopy, and these are the individual trees that make up that canopy. So in that big sea of green that is Charlotte's canopy, you go out and you find these hidden treasures that are just, you walk up to them and you feel that much smaller and you feel the world's that much bigger. So that's what's important about them.
When someone comes into town that hasn't flown into Charlotte before, and that's one of the things I always comment. There's so many trees here, and this is through Trees Charlotte. You can find out more at treescharlotte.org. I do believe it is. And so Brett, this is kind of and I'm always trying to make things for moms and dads, fun things to do for the kids and learn a little bit. I don't know if this is like one of those Pokemon games or something where you're going around and finding things on the screen, but this is kind of a neat little fun treasure hunt in real life. You can go and kind of search around and have a little scavenger hunt looking for these things.
That's exactly right. Yeah, and we actually have several different self-guided tours that you can go through the county and see several of these original trees. There's one over in the Myers Park area that you can see about 9 of the original 123 treasure trees still standing. And you can do that on just a 5-mile walking loop or on your bike.
And we're showing you some of those pictures now. You guys had a thing over there at Queens, I do believe, marking one of the trees over there. Patrick, do you think we might be able to throw all of this? Are there more treasure trees that are still out there to be found?
Well, there's some treasure trees that, suffered the indignities that life throws our way and are no longer there. And so we're searching for replacements. So we will be taking nominations in the future on rededicating new treasure trees. The king is dead. Long live the king.
Yeah, there you go. I love it. Patrick there with Heartwood, a big fan of their work over there. And Brett, thanks for just kind of getting this thing going and just talking to us about it. It's pretty cool. I share your love of trees. TreesCharlotte.org. You never know. You might see one of these guys out there in one of the trails with you. They love the trees. Hey, it's Wilson's World, WCCB Charlotte. We'll be back.